All right, got the new gas tanks delivered today. Real clean and neat compared to that one. When you put your front or rear tank on, it has these top little bracket things, whatever they're called. Make sure you get those in there first before you bring it up, because then you won't be able to get it on. I think we're in. I didn't record the process, but basically to get these in, there's two little brackets that go under it like this, right here and here. Here's the underside. And basically, it bolts in at the top over here and over here. But like over here, like underneath it, you can kind of see it right there. But it's one of those deals where you like shove it in and then twist it, you know, kind of like over here, you know, you shove it in diagonally and then twist it. It's the same thing, but on the bottom. There's that side right there. It's snowing. I mean, it's only okay. It's just powdery, but like, oh man. All right, so it's been a while, but we got the sending units here that go in the gas tanks. Finally showed up. I believe the fuel pumps are just the exact same for each tank, but you gotta find out which sending unit is correct. I believe this one is the rear, or the front, sorry. Alright, so here's the old sending unit out of the rear gas tank. Here is the new one right next to it. And you can see where there's no fuel pump. So this sits right here somewhere. I need a knife. I don't have a knife. There's no knife. Not a whole lot of knives on here. Alright, so we got the fuel pump right here, which basically sits in there like that, kind of. Alright, so I got this all together. So this is ready to put into the tank. I'll go ahead and do the one for the front, and then I'll go out and put them both in. Alright, so it's been a long time, like a month, a long time. There's a lot of rain, just non-stop freaking rain. So we just moved it inside so we could work on stuff inside. Alright, so we got our sanding unit here for the front. I put tape on it so I knew which one was which. So you need your grommet, your sending unit, and then the little ring that goes above the sending unit. What you're gonna do first is put the grommet on like there. Get your sending unit in there. And you'll see on the top of your sending units, there's two little arrows. And then you'll look at the little hole, and there's two little gaps. And then you'll feel there's two little things sticking out here. Those you want to get into the little slots, basically. Alright, so those are in. So, you got your grommet, and then this sits on top of the sending unit like this, with these little peg things facing upwards. I'm gonna put it in. Basically, you put the grommet on, put the sending unit in, then put the ring that comes on it. And basically, here, let me shove like the little parts that are like sticking out like this right here have to go under those little things right here. So basically you put it on, make sure all of them go underneath all the little tab things, and then it basically should just twist until it gets to, you know, there. It was kind of hard to get on, so you might have to get like a screwdriver and a hammer, which is what I did, and it went in. This hopefully is still good. I'm not quite sure what all this junk around it is, but that plugs into there, and then yeah, then we'll get this thing. So you want to remember there's two different sizes of these. You can see that this one is smaller than this one, and then this hose is smaller than this one. So this hose is supposed to go to that one, and then this smaller hose is supposed to go to this one. So basically, this part clicks onto there, and then I'll probably cut it, but then that basically is one big thing. Also, another thing, we got these little clamps, which basically clips onto the end of your hose, and it's basically a one-time use, so once it's on there, probably not gonna get it pulled back off. So that, we'll put one of these in between wherever I cut it on this and on the end of that. Alright, we got everything in, got all that hooked up, got all the hoses fixed-ish. Alright, I messed up. That sending unit you just watched me put in this tank was the wrong sending unit. because that sending unit was for a 16-gallon tank, and this is a 19-gallon tank. So we ordered the correct one. I don't know if you remembered or not, but these little pegs were shooting this way, and we had a big old hose wrapped around. It's not really supposed to look like that. So yeah, this is like a lot shorter now, and is correct. Then another thing that you'll see in the next clip was that big cylinder thing, and then it had the switch reservoir that went from the front and rear tank. I replaced that with just a normal filter and a hose. We're basically gonna not use the rear tank for a while, because that reservoir, that cylinder thing, is a $400 something part, and I'd rather use that money for something else. And I like don't need 2 tanks, you know. So that reservoir you'll see us work on, we're gonna junk that. We junked it, and we got just a normal filter and just a foot-long piece of hose that just went from the front tank, or from the front tank lines. And then the rear tank lines we just like stuck up and zip tied to the frame, and we gotta put something in it to plug it up so it doesn't, you know, get anything in the tank, I guess. So we're in a dilemma. The truck wouldn't start. It was just running off of starter fluid. There's a lot of dust in here.
Cover your eyes.
This is the thing that switches in between the tanks.
Oh, yes. Thank God.
Which,
We're about to find out if there's actually a filter in here. There is.
so there's a filter and then a pump. Is there a pump in there as well? Or
No.
so
This is just
filter?
Ew. Can you see that?
Yep.
Sick.
So that's the problem.
More than likely.
All gummed up, this thing is, and it wasn't getting any gas.
There we go. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, see how stiff that is? That might be part of the problem too.
Alright, so we cleaned the ever-living heck out of it and stuff with carb cleaner and WD-40. Hopefully it works. We still need to get a filter.
I'm just glad it's got a filter in it.
Yep. Alright, so after like a week and a half to 2 weeks, finally got a fuel filter. Apparently nobody carries them, so you gotta wait for them to friggin' ship, because Ford has to be different. So what we got Gromit's clean fuel filter that needs replacing. So we're gonna open this. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Alright, so we got it all together. I hope everything's correct. We're gonna... Phew, man! Okay, we're gonna... It just takes 2 bolts. It goes right there. I'm gonna put it up in there now. We also got new clips for the hoses and everything, because those will break. They look something like that, if it'll focus. Focus. It's not focusing. Focus. There we go. It'll look something like that. They usually break. Sometimes you get lucky and they don't break, but we just bought all new ones. The reason there's 2 bags is because they're different sizes. Try and set my phone up right there. So what I did, hold on a second, let me get my bucket in case any more gas comes out the lines. Let's see. I think these are the bottom ones. So you're gonna just slip them on like so. I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'll show you in a minute. Then you want to get your clips and clip this on. We're gonna clip this on. We're gonna clip this on. It's gonna clip on now. I'm gonna clip it on. There we go. Oh, nope, still not on. Clipped. Got it. Clipped. Sweet. Clipped. Clipped, maybe. Oh shoot, that's the big one. Well, that's small with the butt. It's not clipping. There we go. That side is clipped. Oh, I dropped it. And we're in. Installed. To video time, but.
Oh, okay.
Alright, this is take, what, 4, I think?
76.
Or 76, something like that. We're gonna put it to the accessory position. The key, you're gonna turn it to accessory position multiple times so the pump pumps the gas. Hopefully. And then it should start. Here we go. Oh, there's ants over here. Oh, I dropped it.
Alright, here we go. We got the front bank selected. But it's gushing all over the place.
So we got it running. It runs. It's decent. Smoking a lot. And there is hella leaks. So we gotta fix issues. Alright. We got reservoir put back together and everything. We're gonna put it in and pray to literally everybody's name in the Bible that it doesn't leak. I'm gonna turn it to the accessory position and you'll hear the fuel pump. The little buzzing isn't that, it's because I don't have a seatbelt on. But you'll hear fuel pump gas. And then, so I'm doing that, trying to get air out of the lines and fill up the reservoir and everything. Then eventually should be able just to start it. Want me to try it now, or?
Yeah, I don't see any dripping yet.
All right, here we go. So it's on. Holy Jesus. It's not leaking.
Well, it's running. We haven't gotten it up to speed yet. It feels like the brakes are seized and the turn signals don't work, so that's bad. Can't tell if it doesn't look like any of the gauges are working. Also not good. Alright, so it looks like we got a small oil leak down here. This is puffing smoke on the exhaust. No big deal. Miraculously, I don't think we have any water pump leaks. There is fluid on top of the power steering cap. I'm not sure why. And the fuel thingamabob is not leaking. Happy, happy, joy, joy.